Well, welcome to the December issue of Cornerstone Presents. Hi, I'm Richard Montez, and welcome to Croatia. I've been here for about the last month working in Osijek, but now I'm in Zagreb on my way to Duga Resa to do our new Christmas production. But let me show you all that the Lord was doing this last month. Here's a short report.
Having had a wonderful time in the USA, I flew on to Croatia to begin working on a marathon of 3 different Christmas productions. It would be a busy time. Still, I love working with Croatians because they want to use their many talents for the Lord. Osijek is a city of extremes, filled with not only charming town squares and monuments, but also bears the scars of battle that they suffered during the Yugoslavian war just a decade ago. Even today, Croats still honor their fallen soldiers and the victims of war by placing candles in the square. I had a chance to meet the deputy mayor of Osijek, Ivan Vrtoljak, who promised to help our production and indeed was very beneficial to help us secure the beautiful Gradski Vert, a professional sports arena used in world-class competitions in gymnastics, basketball, and other sports matches. It's also used for main events like concerts and will be a great place for our production. Rehearsals began and we had a great cast of actors who were excited to sing and dance. Doing 3 shows means a lot of travel, so I was spending 2 to 3 days in each of the 3 cities, Čakovec, Duga Resa, and of course Osijek. I got to know the trained personnel very well. I was able to preach in several different services while I was here from Duga Resa to Osijek. It's a blessing for me to be able to not only direct a production, but also to encourage the saints through sermons. Rehearsals continued, and I had a wonderful children's choir who not only were fun to work with, but loved what they did, so it made all of us have fun. Promotions began with press conferences, and posters were going up all over the city. Everyone knew that we were in town. We kept working on the 20-plus dances in the musical and making sure that everyone knew their roles. The costumes arrived and we were able to allow the actors some dress rehearsals, and finally the sets arrived in 2 huge semi-trucks. My workers were great to unload and began to set up. This is a daunting task because we're not just building our decorations, but the stage, truss, lighting, curtains, and sound as well. It's a huge undertaking. It was the night before and we were far from ready with the stage, but we had to rehearse. The actors were ready, so I let them go home, but I continued to work all night to make sure that the curtains were hung and that the sets were ready and that everything would be ready for the opening, which would be in just a few short hours. I worked all night, and although the sets were now ready, I was exhausted. Still, we opened, and we had hundreds of children come to the production. We prayed and we opened our musical. The actors were fantastic, and the audiences, which grew with each performance, were enthusiastic. Finally, for our last performance, we had thousands and thousands in attendance. Wow! The actors were at their best, and I was able to encourage the public with a message of forgiveness and hope. It was an exhausting weekend, but very fruitful and successful. Afterwards, the cast posed for their traditional photo, and I hugged everyone goodbye and went on to Duga Resa to prepare for our second Christmas production.
Well, there's 5 things I love about my job. I love the Lord, I love traveling, I love theater, I love people, and I love people coming to Christ. And I get to see all these with such shows as we just saw in Osijek. What a great job! And now I have the opportunity to do the same thing here at Duga Resa. Well, that wraps up this month's edition of Cornerstone Presents for the month of December. And I just want to wish you and your family a warm and wonderful Christmas season as we celebrate the birth of Christ. Well, that's it. For Cornerstone Presents, I'm Richard Montez.